Peace at the Palace, King Charles's Zero Drama Edict and the Reshaping of the Monarchy. In the turbulent landscape of the modern British royal family, a new directive has emerged from the highest level. King Charles III, currently navigating the dual challenges of his own cancer treatment and the heavy responsibilities of the crown, has reportedly reached a saturation point regarding the noise and scandal that have plagued the House of Windsor in recent years. According to insiders and royal experts, the monarch has issued what amounts to a zero-drama policy for his life and reign. This decisive shift in strategy prioritizes peace, civility, and family unity over the endless cycle of controversy, fundamentally reshaping the public's understanding of the current royal dynamic as the family approaches a poignant Christmas season. The sanctity of Sandringham. The focal point of this new philosophy is the upcoming Christmas gathering at the Sandringham estate. For generations, the royal Christmas has been a sacred tradition, a time for the family to retreat from the public eye and gather as a private unit. However, the last few years have been anything but quiet, marked by internal rifts and external media storms. Reports from royal experts and former staff suggest that the king is yearning for a return to a civilized, traditional celebration surrounded strictly by his closest family members. This desire for tranquility is not merely a personal preference born of a man seeking rest during medical recovery, it is a strategic move to stabilize the institution of the monarchy. By enforcing a drama-free zone, King Charles is attempting to insulate the core of the family from the chaos that has threatened to overshadow their work. The king's focus is steadfast. He desires a slimmed-down monarchy, but more importantly, he desires a life void of unnecessary conflict. The Sandringham gathering serves as a microcosm for this broader reign strategy, a return to basics, focusing on those who are present, loyal, and committed to the duty of the crown. A nuanced approach to the York sisters. One of the most significant and revealing aspects of this no-drama edict concerns the king's relationship with his nieces, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. In the wake of their father Prince Andrew's fall from grace and subsequent withdrawal from public life due to scandal, there was widespread speculation regarding the status of his daughters. In previous eras of the monarchy, the sins of the father often resulted in the social ostracization of the entire family branch. A more ruthless monarch might have cut ties completely to protect the brand. However, King Charles has taken a much more nuanced and compassionate approach. Former royal butler Grant Herald, who spent years serving Charles when he was the Prince of Wales, has offered fascinating insights into the king's mindset regarding his nieces. Herald confirms that the king has absolutely no intention of excluding Beatrice and Eugenie from the family fold. The king reportedly maintains a good relationship with them, recognizing a critical distinction that audiences and critics often miss: the daughters are not responsible for the actions of the father. As Herald noted, the princesses have done nothing wrong. This stance highlights a specific facet of Charles's personality. He is a man who values harmony and fairness over retribution or guilt by association. By including them in the Christmas celebrations at Sandringham, Charles is sending a powerful message of unity. It suggests that while the working monarchy may be slimming down, the family unit remains bound by blood and affection. It is a sophisticated way of showing support. While Andrew steps back, his daughters remain embraced, preventing the family from fracturing further. This decision reinforces the idea that the king's zero-drama policy is not about exclusion, but about fostering an environment where loyalty is rewarded and unnecessary fallout is avoided. The king who almost wasn't, the George VII revelation. Beyond the immediate dynamics of family gatherings, the narrative of King Charles's reign is also being shaped by historical revelations regarding his identity as a monarch. While the world now knows him as King Charles III, former staff have revealed that this title was not always a foregone conclusion. There was a time when insiders were convinced that he would choose a completely different regnal name. Grant Herald recounted private conversations with the then Prince of Wales, where Charles discussed the weight and implications of different titles. Historically, the name Charles carries significant baggage. King Charles I was the only British monarch to be tried and beheaded for treason, leading to a temporary republic. King Charles II, while popular, was known for a hedonistic lifestyle that some viewed as scandalous. Because of these historical shadows, there was rampant speculation that the prince would choose to reign as King George VII. Choosing the name George would have signaled a direct continuity with his grandfather, King George VI, a beloved figure who represented stability and duty during the dark years of World War II. For a man ascending the throne at the age of 73, linking himself to a legacy of stability would have been a safe and logical choice. However, Charles ultimately decided against it. His decision to remain Charles III speaks volumes about his authenticity. He has been known to the world as Prince Charles his entire life. To change his name in his 70s might have felt like a performance, a rebranding exercise rather than an acceptance of his destiny. By keeping his name, he chose to redefine it rather than run from its history. He chose to stand on his own record and his own identity, signaling that he intends to reign as his own man, baggage and all. It was a choice of integrity over optics, further reinforcing the theme of a king who is comfortable in his own skin. Resilience in the face of adversity. The narrative of King Charles III's current standing is inextricably linked to the profound personal challenges the royal family has faced in the past year. The transition from the Elizabethan era was seismic enough, but it has been compounded by serious health battles. Both the King and the Princess of Wales, Catherine, have undergone cancer treatment, casting a shadow of vulnerability over the institution. Chris Jackson, the renowned royal photographer who has documented the family for years, has provided a unique perspective on this period. Having observed the family through his lens during both triumphs and trials, Jackson has praised the King for his remarkable consistency. He noted that the stiff upper lip, often associated with the British aristocracy, is not merely a public facade for Charles and Catherine, it appears to be a genuine trait of character. To lose a mother, ascend to the throne, and face a serious illness within such a short time frame would be enough to break many people. Yet, the King has continued with his red box duties and public appearances whenever physically able. This resilience has become a defining feature of his early reign. It suggests that his desire for a drama-free existence is not about laziness or checking out, it is about conserving energy for the things that truly matter: duty, health, and family stability. Conclusion: a modernizing traditionalist. As the holiday season approaches, the image of the royal family gathering at Sandringham takes on a new, poignant significance. It represents a king who is actively consolidating the future of the monarchy. By prioritizing peace and rejecting the cycle of scandal, Charles is attempting to modernize the emotional intelligence of the family while preserving its most cherished traditions. He understands that a slimmed-down monarchy is not just an economic necessity but a reputational one. Reducing the number of working royals reduces the surface area for potential scandal. However, his treatment of his nieces proves that he does not confuse a slimmed-down institution with a cold-hearted family. King Charles III is emerging not merely as a caretaker monarch, but as a man deeply invested in stabilizing the ship. He has waited a lifetime to serve, and he is now doing so with a quiet, determined dignity. By choosing to be Charles III, by embracing his loyal family members, and by shutting out the noise of drama, he is defining his legacy. It is a legacy of resilience, authenticity, and a hard-won peace, a well-earned respite for a man carrying the weight of the crown.